Because we love to worry in Boston, are we worried about JD Martinez?
Well, I'm not worried because I'm not surprised. I think this is who he was. JD Martinez, the best gift he ever got was being at the top of a very weak free agency class. JD Martinez was the cream of the crop this offseason because there was nobody else. Look at who's out there next season. Machado, Harper. JD Martinez would have been an afterthought. But because he was the big name, he got paid. It's like we saw with Malcolm Butler with the Patriots this winter. There were all these expectations with him because he was the free agent. When you put it in context of the MLB and not just his free agency class, $235 to start the year, that's about right.
Here's the optics, and the problem a lot of Red Sox fans have with the optics is he didn't embrace coming to Boston right out of the chute. And by that I mean before he actually signed in Boston, there were kind of signs from Scott Boras, oh, he's insulted by the offer or the lack of a genuine offer from the Red Sox. And then by the time he does sign, by the time spring training rolls around, he gave a great press conference saying all the right things about why it's great to be in Boston. And then, Chris, he doesn't hit a single home run in spring training.
Right. So obviously it's a concern. I can see why people are a little bit panicked to start because it's flashbacks of Carl Crawford. And people freak out. And with major deals like this, they worry about the possibility of a huge bust. So obviously a quick start would have been nice, but they're not getting that. And also, I think you make a good point about that mutual interest that wasn't really there from the get-go. So I think that's sticking around with some people as well.
I don't think there's any question that people had a lot of skepticism about JD Martinez, and then he winds up signing the contract for big money. And, Red Sox fans, look, obviously the argument is it's not their money. The Red Sox are going to go out and spend to the budget and bring in the power hitter that they desperately needed. But they want a guy that they like, especially after what happened last year where this was supposedly an unlikable team.
Yeah, they were going to go out and spend the money, like you said, regardless of who it was. And if you look past the money and look at the player, here's a guy, JD Martinez. He's only played more than 120 games twice. He's only hit more than 25 home runs twice. He's only had more than 100 RBIs twice. I feel like people are expecting the player to follow the contract, and that's just not what's going to happen. You brought up Carl Crawford. Bring it JD Drew. Just because you pay the guy doesn't mean he's going to play up to it, and I feel like Red Sox fans specifically tend to forget that.
The other thing I have an issue with is forcing him to play the outfield. I know he wants to play the outfield, and he said as much down in Florida even after the regular season began. I don't really want to see JD Martinez in the outfield.
Yeah, and we got our first taste tonight in Miami. Didn't go so well. It was early blunder, so I'm with you. DH him all the way. I don't need to see him. I don't need a little test in the outfield. I'm right there with you.
Look, get his bat going in the lineup, and I think everybody will be happy, including JD Martinez.